Qatar and Lebanon are closing their main airports to stop the spread of COVID-19. Officials have announced Qatar will stop flights entering the global hub of Doha for 2 weeks. Returning citizens, cargo and transit flights will be exempted. Lebanon will also shut its borders and ports from Wednesday until March 29 as part of a state of emergency. Meantime, US airports have had some of their airports thrown into chaos. As our colleagues in the United States explains, it's all around banning those European travellers.
I flew in yesterday into Washington. I saw this. I didn't go through the screening process because I'm not an American national, but I saw it happening. And reports this morning in accounts in the Washington Post, very critical of what's going on, because they're saying that Americans returning from Europe, being put through the screening process, are then being made to wait for hours, 5 or 6 hours, in these very long queues next to each other. Those that are screened positive for having coronavirus are standing next to those who haven't been. They're sharing biros, pens when they have to fill out forms. And so the point people are making is that it's inadequate. There is no proper strategy in place to deal with it. And I think that sort of sentiment underpins a lot of the feeling at the moment towards the US government, central government, in the way that they are handling this crisis. And so what you're seeing, a bit like Europe, if you like, where you don't have a united approach, each country is doing it slightly differently. And that's the same here. Different states are taking different approaches. Ohio, for example, has decided to close all of its schools. I was listening to the governor of Ohio earlier on network news over here. He said that he thinks that might remain the case. The schools might close until the end of the year. He reckons there are over 100,000 people who have not yet been confirmed that have coronavirus in that state alone. You've then got LA, where jury trials have been suspended, sports fixtures, massive social cohesion over here, they've been cancelled this weekend. So too have a lot of religious worship gatherings as well. Broadway is mightily quiet, and that's normally a thriving part of one of the busiest cities in the world. And so America, although had a slow start in terms of its response to this, is now beginning to go into lockdown.